talk, man? I can really get it.
Turn around.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us here at City Kitchen. We have a really great demonstration for you today. Our guests in City Kitchen are the folks from the Bill Abundance Community Kitchen, which is a community-wide program that does vocational training into the culinary arts and the hospitality industry. So Reading Terminal Market loves to think of itself as the home of culinary fun and fabulous food here in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So we're really happy to have two chefs who are graduates of the Bill Abundance program with us today. Chef Stephen Parr. The third. He's going to be preparing a sweet potato soup with seasonal garnishes. And Chef AmandaDobbs is going to be preparing a mashed potato gnocchi. So both recipes today are great examples of fun ways to flip your Thanksgiving leftovers, or fun ways to plan for a very different Thanksgiving next year. So we're going to start with Chef Amanda. She has some of her equipment ready and her materials ready. At the end of the demonstration today, we do have recipes from both chefs to give to you guys, and of course the tasty samples as they make them. So please give them your attention, welcome them to City Kitchen, and hopefully at some point during the program we will also have time to take questions.
So there you go, Chef. Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My name is Chef AmandaDobbs. It's such a pleasure to be here for you guys this afternoon. And what I'm going to do, I don't know how to put this on. I'm not always technological. Can you still hear me? Wait a minute. Wires in my face. Okay. Can you still hear me?
Very well.
Not too loud, am I? All right. So we all know we get together for Thanksgiving. We have that huge family meal, and it seems like no matter how hard we try to prepare for just the people we have, we always have a ton of leftovers. So I'm going to teach you something fun and yummy to do with your leftover mashed potatoes. So here I have, for the sake of the demo today, 4 cups of leftover mashed potatoes. And I'm going to take them right here in front of me. I have 2 cups of flour. So we're just going to add our mashed potatoes to our flour. This is the fun part because I like messy cooking. I love to be hands-on and get my hands dirty and get it in.
You go, girl.
Thank you. So we're going to add our mashed potatoes, and then in the center of our mashed potatoes, we're going to create a little well, and we're going to add 2 eggs. Again, I love to be messy. So we just crack the eggs on the counter, and be careful adding your eggs so that you don't get shells in. And I'm also going to, at this point, add some herbs, some freshly chopped herbs. You see, I have here in front of you some freshly chopped parsley, some basil, and some thyme. The only thing I'm going to add to the dough is just some thyme, a little bit of thyme. Everybody needs more thyme. And some parsley, just because it's yummy and beautiful and green and verdant and delicious. And then we're just going to make a nice big old mess. Mixing it together. We're going to feel it with our hands and make sure everything is coming together well. Like I said, I like to cook messy. I love to cook messy because it's fun, and when at the end of it, it's so delicious and so yummy, and your family appreciates it. You know, and if you have an 8-year-old like mine who was running around, he probably hit you all up for business cards, right? You probably have everybody. There he is. He usually wants to be involved, to be in the kitchen, and today was no different. It's just you can't be involved today. You know, my family loves to say, this was really good, or let's try this again. So this was a great idea for us as a family. You want to get it till it just begins to come together. Because you want to see your potatoes are usually really kind of loose, and then you're going to add the eggs. It's going to make them a little bit looser. And then the flour is meant to tighten it up and kind of turn it into a dough. And it's going to be sticky. It's going to be messy, like I said. But we're going to keep kneading it together, keep mixing it together till it gets to a point where we can actually knead it like a dough. And we may or may not need to add more flour, which I have more flour on the side waiting for me just in case I do. I chose gnocchi because I love to make pasta. I tend to make fresh pasta at home too. When I was in the program at Philabundance, I made fresh pasta for several challenges. I did one that was just a regular pasta, and then took butternut squash and turned that into pasta. Oh my goodness. It was delicious. And I made a little agridoce sauce, which is a sweet and sour vinegar based sauce to go on top of it.
When are we going to see you on the food channel?
Actually, just on the 1st, I was on the Chew. Yes, on the 1st of November, I was on the Chew with Philabundance, representing the program, cooking with Mario Batali. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. And thank you. I would love to be on there soon. I'm looking for an agent. You know a good one? Are you a good one? So we're going to keep this going. We're going to roll it. I think I'm going to need, because it's super sticky, I'm going to need a little bit of flour, and then I'm going to move this over so that I can, what you need to do is, once you get it, see I said super sticky, super messy. Gotta love this dough. Thank you so much. Give my lovely assistant a round of applause. So we keep mixing. Now, like I said, I'm a messy. I love messes, because the best things come out of messes. Like, what's your favorite messy food? What's your favorite messy food?
Spaghetti.
Sloppy Joes, there you go. Spaghetti, yep, there you go. My mom used to take this dish with Sloppy Joes and she would add cheese steak to it. It was the messiest, most delicious, most oddest thing ever. And we loved it. She used to make it for us when we were kids. So that's kind of where I got my love of messy cooking from. My love of cooking, period, came from my family. My grandfather, he was a chef. My mother was a chef. I had a great uncle who was a chef. So it was almost inevitable. And it was wonderful to come together. I started cooking when I was about 9 years old, messing around in the kitchen. Just kind of like, I wonder how this would be, and I wonder how that would be, and things started to come together. I cooked my first turkey, or I tried to cook my first turkey at 12 years old. It didn't turn out very well. But I'm happy to say now, I make the best bird ever. According to me, I make the best bird ever. Exactly, thank you. Actually, I made one for my church just recently. Disappeared. I saw it when I brought it in, and I didn't see it again.
That's always good.
Yes, that is wonderful. I love that they love my food, and they're so supportive, you know. So we're bringing our dough together. Our dough is starting to come together. You want to measure out for your recipe is going to be 2 cups of prepared mashed potatoes and 2 cups of flour. But you're only going to initially start with about maybe a cup, and then you're going to add from there. Right, you're just going to feel it and add from there. And 1 egg. But because I doubled the recipe, I used 2 eggs and 2 cups of flour to start off with. I'm just kind of adding as I feel like I need it.
And remember, everybody, your mashed potatoes might be different.
Right, your mashed potatoes may be denser.
If you like yours really wet and soupy, you're going to need more flour. If you're like your mashed potatoes more smashed, with the skins on, more chunky, you're going to need a little bit less flour, but you still need that egg, because that's what holds it together when it's pasta boiling time.
Yes. All right, so we're almost ready. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Our dough is coming together wonderfully. I get it to the point where I can knead it just a little bit. You see, I can kind of do a little bit of a knead on it. About this community kitchen program, which is the main reason. Okay, I know the food is the main reason, but it's the main reason why you guys are here today. It is the best kept little secret in Philadelphia, and the most wonderful, life-impacting, life-changing program I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing. If you guys have a time and you go and watch the episode of the show, you'll see my story. I have dealt with homelessness, I've dealt with job loss, I've dealt with psychological issues, And that program really gave me the tools that I needed to get my life together, to get myself together, and to do better for this little young man right here, and my husband, and my family overall. And not only, I graduated the program in January. Not only did I graduate the program, but my baby sister went through the program as well, and now she's a chef out in Swarthmore. So if you know anyone that can benefit from this program, or if you're looking for a program that you would like to get involved in, donate some time to, donate some of your money. I know it's hard-earned, but it's well worth it. All right, so we're coming together a little bit better here. Still, like I said, going to be really kind of sticky. And in a minute, I'm going to toss it over to my buddy over here, Chef Steve, so he can talk to you guys about his delicious soup. I said the last time I saw you, I said I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be like the G-rated version of you when I grow up. All right. So there we go.
So this doesn't look too hard, right, you guys? Y'all can do this at home. Y'all can do this on the counter with some mashed potatoes.
There you go. All right. It's coming together wonderfully. Woo. All right. How am I doing on time? Am I okay on time? Okay. I don't want to talk to her. So since I'm kind of finding myself a little bit at a loss for words, do you guys have any questions for me? Yet. Yes, young man down in the front. What can I answer for you?
How are you able to like make it into a flour dough mashed potato and stuff like that?
This big mashed potato flour mess that I made right here in front of me. So what I did was, I took some potatoes and I boiled them. And then I mashed them up with some chicken broth. And I did them exactly like I do mashed potatoes at home. Chicken broth, a little cream, my seasonings. And then, oh yeah, that's much better. That's getting to where I wanted to be. And then, I made a well of flour. I took 2 cups of flour, made a little well in the flour, dropped on top of it 2 cups of mashed potatoes, well actually 4 cups of mashed potatoes. And then I added my herbs and 2 eggs. And now, here I am with this wonderful little doughy bowl right here that we are about to, yes. They were called parsley and thyme. Those are the only herbs that I put in here. On top, I'm going to put some basil. No, not yet. I haven't used the basil. See, he got a cheat. He was here earlier. So he's asking me stuff like, so I know you said this up. So did you use the basil yet? Of the 3 herbs that I spoke about, which one is your favorite? The parsley. Okay. So, yes.
I'm going to jump in and help you roll these out.
Thank you.
Take the mic over to Chef Steve.
There we go.
So that he can talk about his sweet potato soups. And before Steve gets into his sweet potato soup, I also want to mention that you can make this gnocchi with sweet potatoes, butternut squash, parsnips, cauliflower, any other vegetable puree. You can adapt Amanda's recipe and work it with your favorite vegetable.
Hello everybody, hold on one second. Let's get it. Alright. How's everyone doing today? My name is Chef Steve Parr. I'm a graduate of the program actually a really long time ago. I started the program when I was 20. And I'm now 28, so 8 years of being in the industry. It came at a crucial point in my life. I feel like
I can project loud enough to do this without using the mic. Do you mind if we're not using the mic or go ahead?
We're doing it for the Facebook video, so we would prefer it. Y'all are live streaming.
yes. There we go. Alright, so yes. My name is Steve Parr, like I said. I'm a graduate of the program from a while ago, but Phil Abundance is Phil Abundance Community Kitchen and Phil Abundance in general. I mean, they do a lot of great work. And a little bit about myself. I kind of started cooking when I was 20. I was kind of a knucklehead in the streets, and then I kind of stumbled into Phil Abundance Community Kitchen, and it changed my life. For me, I've always wanted to be a chef since I was 6, and it came at a time and a point in my life where the opportunity kind of presented itself. I took it and I ran with it, and I went through the program. I love it. I go back constantly. I'm volunteering constantly. Anything I can do for Phil Abundance and Phil Abundance Community Kitchen, they always have me. They always have my ear. But I went through the program. I started my internship at the Union League of Philadelphia. That was the first internship I ever got outside of like the program. And that's where I started my career at. So 7 years ago, 8 years, 9 years, oh my God, a long time ago. I started, yeah, I know, right? I started at Phil Abundance, just learning the basics and starting out hungry and wanting to know, you know, just a little bit more about food and a little bit more about myself. And it taught me how to not just, you know, be a chef, but ultimately be a man. And all my success, everything kind of just started from going to a program at Phil Abundance that I didn't think was going to do anything. And then I have a career. I will never need to eat for the rest of my life because I can cook anything I want.
Where?
Currently, I'm the chef de cuisine at James, and I have my own company. We do like commissary stuff and catering, and we have a whole other production thing that we got working on. Thank you. So if anyone's hungry after this, you can go up to 19th and Arch, James. We'll have dinner service. Alright, so what I'm doing is a sweet potato soup. Just standard. Any sweet potatoes you have left over, whatever you did to them last night, drain the juices out of it, the sugar, all that good stuff. Just buzz it up. Add some water, buzz it up. It's the best soup ever, but the best part about this soup is, I call it a cheater soup because the base won't change, but what you can do is, all the garnishes are like, should be your focus point. Like, even though you already know what you did with the sweet potatoes and everything, use the chance to, you know, really show off every now and again with garnishes. So I have, what this is right here, it's called the chantilly, which is whipped cream with a few ingredients, maple syrup and burnt cinnamon. I'm really into burnt cinnamon right now. It's my thing. I've been using a lot of fall dishes. No one thinks about it, so it's one of those ingredients that I've been incorporating in a lot of my food. And once you taste it, you'll understand, like, it almost tastes like fall. Like, that's what you want, you know?
Do you have to burn your own cinnamon?
Yes. I mean, so all I did was, that's it. 1, 2, 3, take it out, burn cinnamon. That's how fancy I am, see? Cooking is all about terms and things that I just have to charge you money for. That's it. And I also have some turkey sausage from Martin's, so we're definitely going to be using that. I love Reading Terminal. This is like the first place I used to come to as a kid from Philly. Like, it's almost iconic that I spent most of my life here, and now I'm here right now, so I'm just all about it, you know? So we have the chantilly that I'm going to do with some burnt cinnamon and a little bit of apple, and I'm also going to do some of the turkey sausage with the apple and just a quick grate of regular cinnamon. And you'll notice like the difference in the soups and everything and the garnishes, but a lot of my cuisine and a lot of what I know about food is all about developing flavors and kind of giving your palate something that you feel familiar and comfortable with, but at the same time, you're hungry, so you got to eat. So if you're going to pay money, it better look nice, it better taste different, and if you can make it at home, I didn't do my job, so. But yeah, cooking is fun. I love cooking. Any questions? No? Alright, I like this crowd. No questions. Perfect. Just let me cook. So we're just sauteing.
You have a question?
Oh, I'll take it.
I just want to clarify. You said that you take the sweet potatoes and rinse them of anything that you may have had them in the night before.
Oh, yeah.
And then puree.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's literally all you have to do. If you got sweet potatoes, butternut squash, even potatoes, buzz it up. And you got turkey left over, you do like a nice little turkey salad or cranberry sauce, whatever, you know. The sweet potatoes have the base. You know what your sweet potatoes taste like. You know what goes well with sweet potatoes, so just kind of use your brain in that sense and make it happen. And don't be afraid to fail. At the end of the day, people won't eat. That's it. Your job isn't to be a paid chef, so leave that to us. But have fun with food, and don't be afraid of food, and just see what happens, you know? Yes? Say that again? Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, if you're in my kitchen,
Great Scalpier in 1490.
Right. It was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I read that in that book. Vicious Flaw, and then it plugs it up, and I was like, all right, I appreciate it. So we just want to cook, make sure the turkey sausage is cooked all the way through because you don't want to eat raw chicken. It's not fun. I just had to eat some raw chicken the other day. It didn't work out for her. She did it at her house, so you do whatever you want at home. Don't do it in front of me. That's all it is.
Excuse me?
Yes?
So, how would you cook sausage with the flour in a pan?
With the flour?
Yeah.
I would make a sausage gravy if I was going to cook sausage with flour, but that's a whole different class, and I'll teach that next time. Yes, sir?
Is there a written recipe that we could take home?
Yes, actually, we have copies of recipes for you guys once we're done.
We'll hand out the recipes at the end. I wouldn't want you guys to spill your sweet potato soup all over your recipe. But we have them for you. Don't forget them when we leave.
All right.
I want to point out in Chef Amanda's pot right now, she's taking the finished gnocchi and dropping them into boiling salted water. Fresh pasta really only has to cook for about 3 minutes until it floats. When we're working with dry pasta like the penne, sometimes we need that 10 minutes to boil because it's so tough. But when it's from a soft dough like this, it's just until they float. Now you could serve them right from here if you like them really soft. But we're gonna crisp them up in the frying pan. We're gonna melt some butter, brown it up, and get them a little bit crispy, which is the way you can serve them plain. If you're gonna sauce them again, I like to get them a little crispy in oil or butter as well so that they hold up to a sauce better. But because they're mashed potato pasta, you can go Italian with a red sauce. You could use your leftover gravy. Yep. You could use a sausage gravy if we were making one.
I like it.
As a plain pasta, these are just have those mild flavors from the fresh herbs. If you had any other flavors in your potatoes left over, if you made your potatoes with garlic and other herbs, it's gonna work out. Just make sure you pair it with a sauce that works, or stick with the brown butter.
Sorry. Alright, so the turkey is almost finished. I'm going to start doing some plates with the apples. Alright, so for my apple garnish, I'm sorry, coming down. Literally, all we're going to do is take our apple, slice it down. Alright, I got to move slow because my cooks tell me I'll do this too fast all the time. So you cut your apple, you keep it whole, and just kind of quarter it accordingly. So now that I have this piece, I'll cut this piece, that piece, and this piece. Alright? Got all these pieces. Alright.
The other thing is, when you're making these, you don't want to dump them all in the pot at one time.
Facts.
You want to kind of give them room to do what they need to do so that they can float.
They gotta swim.
Just keep, they have to turn into Dory. So you see, I'm just adding a few at a time to the boiling water. And it's okay that they still have flour on them because it'll cook right off. Water will take care of that for us.
And this tool that Amanda's using is called a spider. Erroneously, because it looks more like the spider web, I think. But they're a really handy tool for jobs like this in the kitchen. They work like a strainer in other ways. They're great if you do any frying at home. If you do your own fried chicken or fried fish, this is a great tool to have.
Alright, so how do I put that? How are we looking at time?
You're good whenever you're ready.
Alright, so no more. So I'm going to start plating a few of these up for you guys so you guys can try it. And just showing you kind of how I would do it if I were at the restaurant, essentially. A little bit. It could be the first taste of it. Alright, so the soup is vegan because I just prefer not prefer vegan food. I'm not a vegan or anything like that, but when I do bulk food and I like to cook for people, I have people who are always like to make sure my sides are vegan and I don't like any meat touch it unless I'm adding the garnish. So that's kind of why we have the garnish here. Is like if you want meat, you prefer meat, I have something for you. If you don't, the soup still needs to be good. So if you made really good sweet potatoes the day before, why not make a soup out of it? That's my favorite thing to do, is like kind of cheat food. I like to make food that in 4 days I can make 4 different meals. So if I do a whole roast, I'll break that down into beef chili for one day, and then I'll break it down into like steak sandwiches for another day. I just like to cook bulk food because I come from a pretty large family, so I'm just so used to just everyone come in. You should always be able to eat something when you come to my house, no matter when. Except for right now. Not now. I'm young. I'm trying to cook. Alright, so we have the soup. We can do your apples. Let's make it look nice. Okay. I have some toasted almonds that I toasted a little earlier, so just a little crunch. You have some texture from the apple. The toasted almond will add a little flavor, smokiness, and the chantilly. So the chantilly, the cream in the chantilly is going to be added to the soup and kind of, it helps it flatten out and develops like overall mouthfeel of everything. So when you add cream in the soups, usually what it does, that fat, it'll coat your mouth so you can receive the flavors more, I guess is the best way to put it. It's the same as if you have olive oil on bread or anything. What you're really doing is having a layer of fat to coat your tongue almost to accept whatever you have coming into your mouth, which is a chef's secret. I just told you guys.
All our secrets.
I know, right? So I'm going to garnish with a little maple syrup. And there.
What did you put in the chantilly?
Burnt cinnamon,
Okay.
regular cinnamon, and maple syrup. That's it. So whenever you do things that are a part of a dish, you want to make it, every level should have another note. You know, just developing flavors, building on those notes, building on those levels. Essentially, that's what cooking is all about, you know? And that's what you want to be doing, developing flavors. No one should know your secrets, but your secret should be in the fact that you did the right thing. You took all your time to take all the right necessary steps, so therefore you can just stand by your product. So, with that, the burnt cinnamon, just bang. And there we go. Cinnamon. Alright. So, that's the first soup. Somebody wants to taste it, tell me what you think. I'm all about it. Alright. Come on, man. Don't be afraid. If you like it, I know it's real. You won't lie to me, sir.
That's right. Mackay.
He doesn't look like it.
Mackay. I want to know.
Alright. It's good. It's going on the menu tomorrow, man. Alright. So let's kind of do the same thing with the meat, except we're going to add the meat and kind of layer the garnish a little bit differently. So cinnamon, you know?
Can I help you?
Alright.
Oh, please, no, just enjoy.
So,
Thank you.
oh yeah.
I also have my own catering company called Virtuous Foods and Events.
Alright.
I graduated the program in January and pretty much started my venture in January with a concert and a few friends.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Chef, you need help giving that out or you cool?
I think you need one.
And
There's a worker behind you today, that one.
I'm just gonna go in.
You know what it is? When you buzz it, usually that goes away.
Oh,
The only time you see it straight with someone, you usually have like a little sweet potato, and you're like digging and digging, but when you buzz it, all that comes together. Another thing you can do is pass it through what's called the chinois, which is a really fine cutting pad, really fine strength. So that's where it's called the chinois. Chefs use it all the time. Since in fine dining, it's just strange to pass everything through chinois, so break words like that. I don't have a chinois in my house. It's not like something I grew up with in my life. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think definitely with the soups. I want to let him get those plated up. I got that.
Sorry, back to